Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, shockingly, there were some returns on Raw.
And I've got some very interesting details on those Monday Night Raw returns.
Brock Lesnar, he's back too.
And a huge title change on Monday Night Raw. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm reeling.
And this is the news.
Yeah, so pretty eventful episode of Raw
Whoa!
today. Yeah, wild
This
stuff.
Generation X!
It felt like
that was my favourite part.
I'm sure it was. It felt like a headline happened every 5 minutes
Yes.
on that show. It was stuff all over the shop. But we'll talk about the returns, I guess. Gallows and Anderson.
Yes!
The Good Brothers are back in WWE. This has been kind of hinted at on TV recently. AJ Styles needed an ally in his rivalry with the Judgment Day. Boom. The OC, the club, whatever the heck they're going to be called. The Bullet Club, Gallows and Anderson, the Hoots. What was it? Gallows calls himself Daddy Dangles
Yeah.
or something like that? All right, okay.
Lights on Carl Anderson, was
Bright
it?
Lights.
Bright Lights.
There you go.
That's
They've
it.
got many names, but yeah, they did return on Raw. There was an in-ring segment quite typical of the Judgment Day. AJ came out while the Judgment Day were in the ring, and he was like, I am going to join you. Why is he Irish? Irishman AJ Styles was like, I'm going to join you, blah, blah, blah. He took the knee, got up, Finn Balor embraced him. AJ was, I can't remember the exact line, but he swerved him and said, I wasn't talking about you.
He said he needed friends, didn't he?
That's right.
I thought it was a really good way of revealing it.
And then they came down, Gallows and Anderson, they got new music, they haven't got the
I missed that.
They came down, they kicked everyone's ass, and they left the ring. So Gallows and Anderson are back in WWE. The circumstances of their free agency you can go into with this story, and then I guess we can talk about it.
Well, yes, exactly. Everyone saw the interview that they did with a particularly handsome guy over WrestleMania
Michael
weekend.
Hamflett, who was holding the...
This guy right here. Yeah, they were obviously hinting about contract season and all that, alluding to potentially heading to AEW. What was going on?
Alluding to.
Yeah.
They literally went, our friend's a billionaire.
Yeah. But also, obviously, speculating about what's going on with them in Impact. And Fightful Select, no crap, just Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select have come back with an interesting report about this. That WWE were interested in the duo whilst they were still contract to Impact, stretching all the way back to the summer. Obviously, they previously wrestled in WWE from 2016 until April 2020. They were among the first to be released because of WWE's budget cuts. And I'm fairly certain that was after WWE locked them down, wasn't it? With those contracts. Please don't go to AEW. We'll give you all the money.
Think about your kids, man.
Change your plan.
Think about your kids.
Change the plan. There's a pandemic and we need to save some money, despite the fact we've got... Anyway, it doesn't matter. They got rid of them in April of 2020. They obviously went and did, well, pops up in AEW, didn't they? With all the Forbidden Door Impact stuff.
Gallows just beat Frankie Kazarian.
Yeah, it's great.
In the middle of that elite.
We were like, oh, cool, he's going to be Elite Hunter. Oh, he's lost. So they did all that. But then obviously they did stuff in Impact and New Japan. Yeah, interestingly enough, Carl Anderson is currently the never open weight champion. So what happens now?
Yeah, and they've been committed to New Japan through Wrestle Kingdom, so that'll be interesting. I did notice this morning that a New Japan account either liked or retweeted a video of the comeback. So you wonder if maybe they'll go over there and just drop the belt and then bugger off again. It would still be quite an interesting move because WWE is this insular thing that doesn't always play well with others. So that's pretty interesting. I don't think there's ever a future where we end up with a working relationship between these two companies. It's just not what WWE does. And Triple H, by the way, is even more aggressive than Vince McMahon was, at least these past few months have shown that.
Yeah.
So there's not much reason to think that would work out well for New Japan if that did end up happening. But yeah, interesting. I think WWE's a good place for them, right?
Yeah, they fit well.
Yeah, loads of their mates are there, and like they don't have to waste. I say waste. They don't have to fly across Pacific Oceans every couple of months and stuff. I'm sure they had a great time in New Japan as well. But yeah, I mean, they were openly talking about signing in other places in various interviews for the past few months. So
yeah, if I was going to summarise my chat with them, it was they don't give a toss right now.
Yes. They were like, hey, it's contract, and like Anderson was popping off, and then Gallows was like, shut up, man. It was quite funny.
Lovely guys to chat to though. The first ones who spoke to us at Wale Mania, they were the beginnings of the domino effect that was getting to chat to everyone there. Yeah. So thank you very much.
You interviewed progressively drunk people as the night progressed.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
See if you can plot them. Yeah. And they were the start, by the way.
It's
don't
like
forget.
Russian dolls in terms of just drunkenness.
Yeah.
So
Hey, can I interview you? Yeah, let me just see this off.
how
What
many
do you want to
bets have you
know?
had, pal? Right, Brock Lesnar's back. He's back as well.
Come on!
He's back now. He's back for fun. I'm your Brock. You're number one. That's a bit of the Anfield rap for you. So yeah, he kicked Bobby Lashley's ass, didn't he? Lashley was there to fight.
Payback's a bitch.
Well, yeah, bad news for Bob. Lashley was in the ring. He was going to fight Seth the Chef. That was announced last week. But Brock Lesnar came down. He was still dressed up as a cowboy, all that good stuff.
No tractor this time.
No tractor, just the denims, the hat. All that. So he killed Bobby. He killed that poor guy.
Wrecked the dude.
Beat him up. There was F5s, all of those. There was a Kimura, went right after the arm. It went on for several minutes, and Brock left the ring. Afterwards, this was a setup for Seth to come down and take advantage of a weakened state, theoretically, of Bobby and win the. He won
a match, but was there anything on the line? That's what you're thinking.
He won a dandelion in a contest at the fair. I just ruined your story there, pal.
Yes,
Might as well
because
do it now.
Seth Rollins came down to the ring and said, first of all, and then he said, right, let's have a bare knuckle fight then. Let's have this United States Championship match. Bobby Lashley was understandably limping away to the back. He'd potentially had a broken arm, he'd been F5'd, he'd been suplexed, he was not in a fit state. He was not going to be even offered the chance to say, can you compete by the referees? And he thought, bollocks this, I'm going to head back and get a shower and lick my wounds sort of thing. And then Seth Rollins questioned his military walls, I suppose. He said, you meant to be a soldier, you're a disgrace to the United States of America. And Bobby wasn't going to stand for that, and he was like, bollocks, let's have the match. And fought through it, or he ran straight into a pedigree, actually, technically. Straight into a pedigree.
Poor Bob.
Fought back, a little bit of a hope spot, but in the end, yeah. Because Seth did have hurty ribs because of the fight pit, understandably, after what bloody hell Matt Riddle did to him. But he wasn't as banged up as Bobby Lashley. He stomped the crap out of his head twice, I believe.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins is your new United States champion. Bobby Lashley wants to get his hands on Brock Lesnar. Could we get a battle of the big men in Saudi, I assume?
I was going to say, isn't it an almighty convenience that Brock Lesnar shows back up for a big money match when...
what the hell are you doing here in October?
When a certain propaganda show is on the horizon. That's... I mean, bank it, right? That's happening. 100% that's happening. Rollins will have a good US title run. He'll have good matches every week. He's like the most consistent guy in the ring in WWE. So yeah, all good. I think this might have been a little bit more effective if Seth himself wasn't bandaged up and stuff. Obviously, the timing of the fight pit and all of that. But you could have maybe waited a week or whatever and booked it for a different show. And maybe Seth fully fit, taking advantage of Bobby would be better heat for me. But at the end of the day, he's going to have good matches and they're going to go to Saudi Arabia and do some blood money stuff.
Yes, and his space as the number one heel in all of professional wrestling has already been taken, of course, by Dominic Mysterio.
Of course, yes. The probably the
that
most...
guy gets so much heat. I love him. Wrestler of the year for me. If you could stand aside, John Moxley.
I mean, Rhea Ripley's the wrestler of the year, if that's how you're judging it. Let's be honest. Jeez, if she was gone, that boy would be in an interesting position. Yeah.
But yes, congratulations to Seth, and I like the fact that, the United States... Someone put some damn respect on these mid-card titles. United States Championship, Intercontinental... Ooh! Oh no, they're not doing brand warfare anymore, are they? For a split second there, we might be getting Gunther versus Seth Rollins. I suppose there's still a chance.
There is.
You could easily just do, it's not brand warfare, but I've got this and you've got that, and you're a prick, so let's have a fight.
Do it on day one or something like that.
Yeah.
Why not? What day is that on? Oh yeah, the 1st of January. I'm having an idiot day. I'm a total idiot.
Right, should we move on to the Twitter questions?
No, probably I'll give bad answers on today's form.
At WhatCulture WWE, of course, you want to get in touch with us. First question today comes from Phil Hughes, who says, morning, gents. With the 25th anniversary of DX, popularity of the Bloodline, the Brawling Brutes, Imperium, and the possible debut of the Wyatt Six, do you think we're entering another golden age of wrestling stables in WWE?
Definitely a little bit too early to tell, I think. I think it's very pleasing that so many groups are coming together. I like stable stuff. Like, remember, like when AEW started putting all their stables together, I thought it was really cool because you have like you can build feuds from different things and go, hey, my mate can fight your mate, and then two of my mates can fight two of yours, and then we can have a duel, blah, blah, blah. It opens up all kinds of interesting storytelling possibilities. And I know a lot of bad faith actors were like, there's too many stables in this company. It'd be very interesting to see if those people have the same complaints about what's happening over here. I suspect not. But no, I like this stuff. I think it's very positive. It's too early to call it a golden era for sure, but I think you have established groups like the Imperium. I like the Brawling Brutes as well. Gallows and all these, and AJ and Anderson are coming together. The Wyatt stuff, obviously. The Bloodline.
The biggest stable of them all. Tony D's family and NXT.
Yep, all two of them. Well, 1.5. Tony D's a bit kaput at the moment, isn't he?
He's working things from the hospital, but can I tell you?
It's a promising start, and I'm enthusiastic.
Hello there, little lady.
He's still going, man. I thought that was the bad taker.
This is the best.
That was the milady.
Stables are fine in WWE, but there's too many in AEW. How you doing, huh?
Yeah, I only like it when the wrestling show that I like the most is doing this. That's all.
Oh, careful! Someone's going to say we're shilling for WWE or AEW or both or neither.
I like it when we get both in the same day. That pops. And the truth is that we get paid by both companies.
Yes,
so
exactly.
You should see my bank account since Triple H took over, man.
We can't wear both watches on camera because then that'd give it away.
Yeah, I've got a Rolex on my big toe. That's how rich I am.
Do you know what kind of watch Matt Riddle's got?
What's that?
Rolex. I love stables. I grew up watching a lot of stables in the Attitude Era. I hope we're entering a golden age. It certainly seems promising.
You know, it'll be good. If last night they just broke from format and one of these new heel stables they had just kicked the crap out of DX.
I don't know why that didn't happen. Hamflet was talking about this yesterday on the Raw.
Not Triple H, obviously. But...
No, but it did feel a bit weird that they're all like, we run Raw. No, we run Raw. And then there's just these old guys like, remember when we ran Raw? And I was like, God, I really want someone to kick your head in. Not you, X-Pac, love you.
There's some plastic chickens backstage. It's like, come on, boys. Come on.
Talk about yak.
Kick that cheer near doggy. Road dog sucks.
You're Agent X! Yeah. Biggest Joe gives us our second question of the day. We sort of already answered this, but I thought I'd ask it anyway. He writes, hi guys, with Triple H changing things drastically in WWE, do you think he's interested in opening the Forbidden Door?
No. I think he is, but for his own interests.
Yes.
I think that he's interested in opening many forbidden doors so that he can try and poach talent away, given the habits of recent months. Look, Triple H, I know, we like this Papa H image of him.
Papa H.
We love this image
Thank
of
you,
him.
Papa H, for saving the WWE.
He's a Geordie, apparently.
Yeah.
Remember that time we did a whole video with Geordie? So people love this image of him as like this benevolent father figure in wrestling, but he's not that. Oh. The past few months have demonstrated him to be even more aggressive than his father-in-law was, and his father-in-law is the most aggressive competitor in wrestling history until now. This guy, as soon as he got in the chair, counter-programmed the AEW pay-per-view with a Worlds Collide. He has contracted AEW wrestlers and said, I'm interested in trying to get you back. That resulted in several of them going to Tony and going, hey, I want my release. I want to go back to Papa H.
I will literally fight for it.
Yeah, exactly. This is a guy, he's incredibly aggressive. He's not interested in lifting up other scenes or promotions. I know a lot of people have that image. I think we need to tear that down. He, if he wants to open forbidden doors and establish relationships, it's because he wants to sign people and put other people out of business. And if you don't believe me, look at NXT UK and what that did to the British indie scene. Yes, of course, speaking out, that was what's the word I'm looking for? A reckoning as well.
Yes.
And it needed to happen. And the consequences of that should have been far wider reaching because some of the horrific abuse that came out during that scandal has not gone suitably punished by people who are still competing today. But, yeah, the competitive thing is where Triple H will always lie.
Yeah, I think you got it right when we talked about the story about Gallows and Anderson. They are going to probably head over to New Japan or do some stuff in Japan and drop the titles and then just be WWE.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen, baby.
The only forbidden door he should be opening is to WCPW when we have our big show. Tell me there's a chance.
All right.
All I need, Papa H, is Wade Barrett, Pete Dunne, about 20 other people.
Maybe you should pick up the phone to GCW. I think their product with WWE's PG product would really mesh. Get some weed whackers on, some panes of glass on Raw. Why not? I'm only joking. I like GCW.
Yeah, Kevin Ramsey gives us our final question
I'm a Nick Gage guy.
Yeah, what was it? MDK?
MDK all day, baby. Gang, gang.
Kevin Ramsey writes, thinking of Ray and Dominic, when am I not? Do we see this storyline stretch out to WrestleMania ending in another father versus son match?
Yes, and yes.
I love it.
You do it.
I think Dominic's the best heel in wrestling right now.
What?
Listen to that reaction. Listen to that reaction. Tell me when I'm telling lies. In the words of Bully Ray, hate that boy gets. He's the best heel.
I think you could use
but Ray genuinely is doing some great work here.
I think you could use a parking cone in that role with Rhea Ripley and Rey Mysterio, and it would still get the same level.
He's doing a stellar job. But I said this on the podcast yesterday. I might cosplay as Dominic Mysterio for this year's Halloween. I think he's this year's Orange Cassidy.
Good luck growing a mullet in 4 weeks, I guess. 3 weeks, even less.
Hey, we all know about me growing hair. This tash is coming back,
oh,
baby.
Oh, God, it's not long, is it?
No.
Little weird guy.
Let's move on to today's and finally. And I have no idea what we're allowed to show here. This may be an image, this may be the full video, but Simon Miller's got a new movie in Arsenal. It's called The Y-Whack, and it's the greatest thing in professional wrestling. Sorry, Kenny Omega, if you haven't got this in your moveset,
nice.
If you haven't got that in your moveset, then you're not as good as Simon Miller.
Very good. I love it. I love
Ospreay, take notes.
That's better than the Hidden Blade, that.
The Y-Whack, also because he gets a one count from
Take
it.
that,
the laddie, what's the name of the laddie wrestler? I want to put him over as well. Jordan Said takes it brilliantly, and the fact he goes, clobber, one, and he just goes, what the, was that, Simon?
What are you doing, you silly sausage? Good
Honestly,
stuff.
if you get the chance to go and watch Simon Miller wrestle, move heaven and earth to do it, because it's an experience.
He's better than Will Ospreay.
He's better than anyone. Well, apart from Dominic
Should we make a list of
Mysterio.
wrestlers?
It goes Dominic Mysterio, Simon Miller, everyone else.
Should we make a list of wrestlers who are better than Will Ospreay? Dominic Mysterio.
Don't
Simon
start
Miller.
with
Well, he's after you, isn't he? He wants to powerbomb
well,
you
he wants to wrestle me,
Yeah.
and I'm absolutely fine not to do that.
I won't wrestle him either because I'm a wimp. But,
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
I don't think the hidden blade hurts that much.
No,
so.
it's a bit soft. Isn't it?
I'm joking, Will, please. I'm so sorry. Right, anyway, let us know your thoughts on everything we've spoken about today in the comments section below. Like, share, subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcasts from, for daily wrestling
That's the
podcasts.
plot.
Yeah, you can let us know your thoughts on everything, as I said. You can check out our Raw review. We're going to be previewing the show formerly known as NXT a little bit later on today as well. I miss calling it that. NXT. It's just not the same, is it?
It's not, man.
Right, what we're doing? Oh, yeah. Twitter, at WhatCulture WWE for all your Twitter questions. You can follow Andy on Twitter at...
Follow me at Andy H. Murray. The H stands for, he just told me he thinks he can do the Hidden Blade better than Will. So, there you go.
So sorry,
tell Will Ospreay that. He's talking trash. I would never.
I'm really scared to bump into him now.
He's really good at wrestling.
He's really good.
Yeah.
Follow me on Twitter at Adam Wilborn. Sorry again, Will. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. But for now, my thanks to Andy Murray. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.